Hey guys, this is SJ back at you with another video for today. Today I'm going to be doing a requested video on one of the subscribers. It's going to be about basically coding. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Now what I'm going to be doing is just be explaining coding itself. And what I try to do is try to answer, who, what, when, where, and why. The questions, the 5 W's, and with that, we can go ahead and just get into it. Now, for those who don't know what programming is, programming or coding is when you use a certain computer language to make an executable or to give output, or in a sense. Now, when you're doing that, you're basically you're taking a program and you're using this program to make another program. Things such as Visual Studios, Dev C++, IDEs basically. You're using an IDE, and after you're using that IDE, you're gonna basically use that IDE to make a program from that IDE. And so once you're done with that, that's basically it. Next question is where can you start, or how do you start? The easiest way to start coding is to just go ahead and, if it's really up to you. If you want to go to school for it, you go to school for it, and you can go through the steps of doing that. If you don't want to go to school and you want to get, you want to just teach yourself, it's really easy. The easiest way to do that is to actually go and just start doing it. That's pretty much how I learned how to do coding for myself. Ever since I was 13, I've been learning how to code. I'm 20 years old now. So now when you're doing that, you're basically, what I used was PDF files. I went online, got PDF files and read them, and that's how I learned. I Googled it, the questions I had about a program, and that's how I figured out the answer to that specific part of the program. It's really simplistic. Now what you can do is that you can go ahead and pretty much figure out any answer you have. So say if you have a program and you want the program to do a certain or a particular task, say you want the program to open up a program within your computer, you would type in Google, how do I run this particular part of the program, or how would I open a program using this language. Not like you're not using an actual like spoken language, it's a computer language. So say if it was Python, say you would type in, how would I open up a program in Python, and that's what you would do, and then you would get your feedback. And that's how you do it. You don't have to go to school. It's really not hard at all. You go ahead and just do your research about languages that you really think that you want to know. If you don't know any languages, search up computer languages. After you're done with that, you just go ahead and figure out which one you want to start with. If you want to know, like, certain type of low level and high level programs, it's really not hard at all. There's a lot of easy programs out there. Like if you're looking for a high level program or a programming language, so a low level programming language such as you could use C++. That's a pretty low level language. JavaScript. Let's see. Python, Batch script, Scala. It's a lot of things. Ruby, HTML, CSS. Now, if you want to get into like high-level programming languages such as C#, let's see, PHP, MySQL, stuff like that. Java, not JavaScript, but just Java. Stuff like that is you go ahead and start from the beginning, work your way up. And that's how you start. Basically, you just go ahead and get into it. Don't waste time thinking that it's going to take you forever to learn how to code or whatever. It's not hard at all. A lot of people do ask when you get into something like that, how can you use your skills or where can you use them? You can use your skills by go ahead and like say if you know anything about, if you know the basics of coding and how it works, try to get a job in software engineering or help desk stuff like that. Build up your resume and go ahead and try to get into something like that. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and pretty much use your skills to how you please. It is, and now in the 21st century, the demand for jobs, people, developing software is a high demand thing. So, you can pretty much find a job anywhere doing that. And another one is, why would you want to start coding? Now, there are various answers to this, and I'm going to get into all of them. Coding is, it's not a simplistic or easy thing to do. Coding is really difficult. And that's if you're using it for a high level language. Yeah, to me, really difficult, but for low level. If you don't mind spending hours countlessly working on a program trying to get it to work exactly how you need it to work, then the coding is right for you. If you don't like tedious tasks, then it's not right for you. I started coding because I wanted to do something different, and I've been doing this since I was 13. So it's not hard for me. It's not hard. It's pretty easy. I find it pretty easy. I have books on C# and C++. I know all the whole C language. I know about Python is basically a second language to me. So in a way, Python is pretty easy. Let's see, PHP. I've learned a little bit of PHP. I pretty much mastered HTML. HTML was I'm pretty sure everyone knows HTML. HTML was my actually first language I learned that was actually needed. It was in school. My first ever language that I ever learned was Batch script. Batch script was probably the most crappiest language that anyone ever could learn. But it did teach me a lot of things about networking and how, just how the computer works in general. Batch script was like my first ever language. Another question that people usually ask is, how do you increase your skills? The way you do that is by constantly doing it over and over again. How to get better? You have to keep working on it. And when I say working on it, I mean that you start a program or you start up a project that you start this project and you have the intent on continuing working on this product and whichever you want to call it, and you want to keep on working on it and making it making it work better, make it more efficient, optimize it, everything. And that's how you get better at it. You don't just get better by just reading and just you have to actually get your hands in the code basically. And you have to keep on working on it, because if you don't continue to work on it, you'll start to get dull at it. It'll start to get dull, and you'll lose interest, and then after a while it just completely will just drop off, and you'll never probably won't ever do it again. And if you do, you'll probably lose a lot of knowledge, or you'll forget a lot of things. And that's just basically how it is. You have to keep on working on it. To get better, you have to work on it. You have to get an idea of how you want to do things. Because if you don't, then it'll become harder. Now for languages that you guys if you want to learn any languages, I'll actually put some of the languages on the screen that you can learn, and what kind of level it is for people on the planet should probably know this language. And if you're a programmer or coder, this should probably be your first language. If you're Linux, if you use Linux a lot, then Python or Bash script, or Bash files That would be probably your first language. Windows with Batch script. If you ever learn any of those languages, period, they're pretty low. They're extremely low level things. It's not even, I wouldn't even call it a language. It's pretty much, you're just writing the command. You're writing the command and you're running that part program, and you're running it, and you're just basically that it'll go down the line. Now, how the programming works with everything. Say if you're using an IDE, the actual or Visual Studio's, Dev C++, whatever IDE that you use, Sublime Text, whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any more questions about coding or any type of programming languages that you want to learn, just feel free to comment down below, and I'll try my best to answer your question best to my knowledge. With that being said, I love you guys. If you liked the video, like it. If you didn't, thumbs down. Tell me where I can improve. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.